Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, I want to go talk about some interesting stuff going on when it comes to GameStop, because we actually have had quite a few reports on this going on as of today, as well as also this has been somewhat sporadically popping up too as well throughout these past 1 or 2 weeks. So I kind of want to give a little bit of attention on it, especially for everyone who's still trying to go get their consoles, their PlayStations, their Xboxes, and all of that. We also had a little tiny teeny baby GameStop drop going on, which is kind of like a mid-tier drop because it was only the Xbox Series X. We'll talk about that a little bit and a few little various things, some in-store stuff, and all of that good stuff. So a little bit more of like a chiller, laid-back video as we kind of get in the groove of the week. Usually Mondays are more so information / build-up days, so I'll give you guys more updates, probably a little bit more maybe about Target and some other various locations all throughout the rest of today as we go and get a little bit more information. But I did want to go and cover this because there's actually been popping up a lot more as of recently. We've also actually seen some folks go and confirm it, and as well, this also might lead towards a part 2, where maybe we actually might start seeing a lot more individual locations online orders for you to go do pickup in stores, because we actually did go and see that as well with the Xboxes. So just a lot of little intriguing stuff going on throughout this video. So if you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy. As well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller. We also do have that Weeble. I keep on always recommend you guys to sign up for it. Deposit $100, and you guys go get a bunch of free stock and free monitors. Instantly withdraw it if you guys wanna, and the Coinbase too as well. Link down below. So let's go and first of all talk about really quickly on just the drop that happened. There'll be like a 1 or 2 minutes, and we'll talk about the new information in a second. So in case you guys did go and miss it, we did go and like casually touch on there's a potential for this, but I never know how much you guys really care about Xbox Series X bundles at this point. Maybe I'll keep on trying to cover them at least for a few more weeks, few more months, until they're a little bit more on the chiller side. But I do want to let you guys all go and know when it comes to the consoles themselves, it is nice to go and see that we're seeing a little bit more drops, a little more restocks, etc. But they're also kind of on the expensive side. So we did actually have an Xbox Series X drop a little bit earlier on today. Went all right. It actually did go and actually was sold out pretty quickly, all things considered. Although don't forget, we are still seeing the occasional Xbox Series X in store. Same with the PlayStation 5 bundles too as well. So this happened. It was okay. It was actually sold out pretty quick, and at least in comparison to say Anton Line, where if you guys have been watching Anton Line, they've actually been kind of sitting on some Xbox Series X bundles for quite some time. It might just be because this bundle's not that bad. A lot of people probably play 2K. A lot of people probably play Vanguard. A lot of people probably play with Far Cry. All that good stuff. So keep that in mind. We did see one at least throughout the day. At least we had something going on, although I'm sure a lot of you folks would rather have a PS5 disc or digital bundle drop. Now for some intriguing information over here too as well. Now, I want to go give a little bit of credit over here to the homie Sniper over here, boys. Just why not? For Slasher Sniper over here. So, my homie, I see up on Twitch all the time. Got to get a little love for that. We actually saw this, and I kind of want to just use this as a nice conversation because we've been seeing this a lot more when it comes to stores. So in case you guys ever, it's kind of like how I usually sometimes mention the Amazon, where sometimes we have warehouse consoles and other various locations, but we've actually been seeing a lot more folks these past like 2 or 3 weeks, especially having Sony consoles and also sometimes even Xboxes too. We'll get a little bit more juicy information in a minute, but as we keep on seeing the PlayStation 5s, sometimes if you guys check your local area and your local store, you're actually able to go and find and buy a pre-owned console if whatever GameStop store you have allocated for like your set area, because you basically go and change it. Like say like you're in Chicago, you put in your zip code and find like your actual local store. But we actually have been seeing these now popping up both more on the app as well as the website when people go and check it. So just in case you guys want to go be on the lookout for it, I actually have had a few people throughout these past 2 weeks go and tweet at me, and a few folks have actually even had a chance to go and get and buy the console. Now, do I recommend this / how often does it pop up / all that stuff? So I would be, in all honesty, if you guys are still just trying really hard to go get your consoles, buying a third-party one from GameStop, especially for a price like this, like $460, and sometimes I think the digitals are quite a bit cheaper. Honestly, I'd probably say, yeah, I think the price point for it's not bad. Usually, if someone has only had the console for not really that long, it really is probably not gonna have any issues. I'm sure GameStop kind of like goes and double checks it, make sure it turns on, etc. And everyone who's actually had a chance to go and buy and get these consoles that I've seen, like I said, I've had a few folks tweet at me about it that they actually got it. Usually the consoles are perfectly fine. The one big issue though is it does not go and have the original box most cases. I think at this point GameStop does like original and custom boxes, kind of weird filler boxes. If you guys ever like sent out or shipped out a package, it just kind of looks like that. And overall, that's, I think, the one biggest issue. I believe also another person as well also mentioned that their consoles did not go and actually include like the usual other stuff. So think like the pamphlet, think like the weird like little like how to setup, and I think also warranty, because I think at that point I think GameStop does their own individual warranty that's separate from Sony, I believe. So keep that in mind. So there is always that really, really small off chance that maybe the console itself is broken or has bigger issues. But like I said, I think GameStop all the times will go and check it and double check and make sure the console's all fine and has their own internal store warranty. So we've also, like I said, we've been seeing this popping up every now and then, although it's rare and sporadic, kind of the same thing for like say those Amazon warehouse consoles, or even sometimes too as well just refurbished consoles in general. But now we do kind of see GameStop adding these pick up in local stores. So now the part two of this, which is the more intriguing stuff. As you guys have probably have heard and seen, these past around 3-4 weeks, we've actually had a lot of GameStop walk-in events, a lot of GameStop walk-in bundles going on where people are able to go and buy and get their consoles. We also did go and see this around like the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, where instead of having the PlayStation 5s on there, we saw Xbox Series X's pure consoles by themselves. So no bundles, no other weird stuff. It was just a pure $499 Xbox console. So what I kind of maybe want to go and assume is that now that they're actually adding these options to the website, this is the first time we've also had a chance to go and see these past few weeks with the PlayStation 5 in stores. We're able to go pick them up in stores and buy them in stores like this, like how on the website itself. Same with the Xboxes when they were there before. Well, this is the first time we've actually seen both consoles able to be done that. So I would almost want to go and anticipate, because I think this is actually probably really good news, at least in my opinion, that in the near future, especially now that we're seeing these GameStop walk-ins kind of taking a little bit like longer to sell out. They still do sell out, and a few stores may still have some stock. We'll probably mention that tomorrow. But like as of now, it's not like instantly day one selling out. It's not like instantaneously being like, okay, in the next 2 minutes it's gonna be gone. Some stores have sat on stock throughout the entire of the weekend. Now, sometimes it kind of goes more towards the bundle prices being kind of expensive or whatever, but I do think there'll be a very, very nice sign in the near future where we could start now seeing GameStop switching to your own local store in-store pickups, which I think is, in all honesty, probably the best thing out here, because we do see like the event drops, think like Target, think like Best Buy, etc. But I think the best thing we'll go and see is that when we can go and just know when there's stock in the store, you refresh or check it every day in the morning when they update their stock numbers, and you guys can basically just go walk in the store itself and go and basically get your console. So I do think GameStop's leaning towards that and working towards that, especially with how the fact that they've done more in-store events with their bundles rather than just online restocks as well. So I do kind of feel like this is kind of a big change that'll probably be happening in the next upcoming maybe 2 to 3 months or so. And it kind of seems like that's the usual segue we see, where it's like maybe 3-4 months ago, we barely saw any walk-ins ever, like for Best Buy or Target or even like, GameStop. And now we're kind of seeing this transition where it's a lot more walk-ins because you're kind of able to, the pandemic's a little bit more sorted. And as well, the demand definitely did go and die down at least a little bit in comparison to say 6 months ago. So overall, this I think is actually really good news. I think this will be really big changes coming up. It's very nice to go and see that potential to have a PlayStation or Xbox online. And as well, although it is rare, we are seeing a lot more. And also, on the one little last note for me to go and wind down the video, who on earth is returning and selling their console to GameStop of all locations? I feel like if you want, I don't necessarily condone scalping, but I feel like at least on the bare minimum, you could probably get a pretty easy $500 off your console, even if it's used and open, because most people are like, yeah, whatever, I'm down. We can go and make that commitment. Why not? So just, I don't know why people would do that. If you guys ever do want to get rid of your console, you could probably find a friend on Facebook or in your local area that's probably at least willing to go pay for it at cost, as long as you have all the cables and stuff. Like, so probably just do that instead. You can probably make someone's day who doesn't want to go through the grind, because it is kind of hard to find the consoles. Instead of selling it for GameStop, or if they're selling it for $460, they're probably only giving you like $300 for it anyway. So just keep that in mind. But at least this is kind of a nice big change coming up for GameStop. It does look like this is seeming a lot more likely, especially throughout these past like 2 to 3 weeks. And we'll keep you guys up to date as more time goes on. And as well, hopefully we'll have some more GameStop walk-ins and or normal restock soon, because this Xbox drop wasn't the worst. It was okay, I guess. But overall, I wish you had a little bit better drop. So that's about it for me on this video. I'll have a few more throughout today. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller. Same with that Twitter and Twitch room down below if you guys want to follow. And of course, sign up for Weeble. Deposit $100 with the link down below. And you guys go get a bunch of free stock free. Might just simply sell it or draw it. And the same with that Coinbase as well. Love you guys all so much, and thank you guys all so much for watching in the first place.